Hello everyone, my name is Vicky. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are here for the very first time. Today I'm doing another speed build video. Well, I say today, actually, I created this a little while ago and I haven't got around to editing and now doing the voiceover. So it's not really today at all, but it's today when you're watching it. Following that logic? Probably not. Anyway, where were we? I'm part of a very active Facebook group, and every week we get given a little challenge, which has been really fun. I haven't been following it weekly. I'm really far behind, but regardless, we have to do a little challenge on a 10 by 10 lot, which is, as you can imagine, quite a challenge. I've already done a few of these, so if you want to go and have a look, I've done the playlist down below and you can go and check out the other ones. But this week's, or was it last week's, maybe the week before, who knows, was a bookshop. Now, yeah, bookshop's kind of cool, but my first thought when I thought bookshop was a comic book shop. So I've kind of changed the bookshop to the nerd shop. Now, the nerd shop came with Sims 3 University, but by putting the correct register in a bookshop, or any shop, you can then create your own comic book store in your own world. So I have all the expansion packs and all the stuff packs installed to do this. And I also have an awful lot of custom content. I say an awful lot. I found a lot of nerd junk, which you will see a bit later. I decorate the whole thing with nerd junk, and I have to say, so happy with how this turned out. If you want to download this, all the nerd junk CC will be included, hopefully. If it doesn't for any reason, let me know. So far, as you can see, I've just done the layout at the moment. I've done a green wall, which I hadn't actually realised until I watched Big Bang Theory the next day, is that that's actually the colour of the wall of Stuarts Comic Book Shop. So presumably I must have kind of mentally filed that away and then translated it into this build. So that's kind of funny. So this was obviously inspired by Stuarts Comic Book Store. The first thing I did was actually go into the university bit and try and find all the actual comic book nerd shop bits that university came with. So you can see I've got the bookshelf in there, which I'm just changing colour of now. That is actually a comic book shelf, which is really cool. So when your Sims go in there, they can choose to read a comic book and sit in the little seating area that I've done there. And the register is the Roentgen Register. I've got no idea how to say that, by the way. I'll put it in the link below. But that is the one that actually makes it a comic book store, and you can't buy anything else. So that's really cool. You can see I've already placed my trusty "one more slot please" package on the floor there, that red and white checkerboard. If you haven't used that, honestly, absolute game changer. It means you can place items anywhere, and I'm about to do that now, where I've got this box of books which I downloaded from Around the Sims 3, one of my best websites for downloading CC. It means that you can then place those boxes of books on top of any surface. For some reason, they didn't actually sit on top of that surface before. So there you go. You can see bish bash bosh. They now sit in there nicely so they can browse through. Well, I say that. I don't actually think that bit's functional, which is a bit annoying, but never mind. It does look really good, and there is the actual bookshelves in there that makes it functional. I love that comic book stand that I found for the wall, and I also found the t-shirts for the wall as well. So good. Honestly, custom content, it does take a long time to find what you need sometimes, but it is so satisfying going through custom content websites like Mod the Sims and Around the Sims and just finding bits and bobs that work, and because you can find some really good themed items, and I just think those bits just really help bring this comic book store together. Do you actually have a comic book store near you, by the way, or a comic book shop? I'm calling it a comic book store, which is very American, but that's because that's the Big Bang Theory influence again. But I'm trying to think. I think there was one in the old town that I used to live in, but I don't know whether there's one in the town I live in now. But is it a more of an American thing? I don't know. If you're somewhere else other than America, obviously if you're in America you can comment as well, but if you're specifically in the UK or in Europe, do you have a comic book store near you? Let me know in the comments. I'm intrigued. I think I'd quite like to go to a comic book store, actually. I am a bit of a geek, or a bit of a nerd. What's the difference between a geek and a nerd? Not really sure. Anyway, doesn't really matter. But yeah, I reckon I would do quite well in a geeky environment like that. I'd kind of imagine as well that they'd sell old vintage games as well. Wouldn't it be so cool to go into a comic book shop and it have old Sims 3 games and Sims 1 and Sims 2. Oh my gosh, newsflash, by the way. I have recently bought, drumroll please, Sims 1 and Sims 2 on DVD. I have the entire collection of Sims 1 now, and I have nearly the whole collection of Sims 2 on DVD. Oh, the nostalgia. I love it. Why say nostalgia? When I was younger, I was 16, I think. Oh, just said my age, really. When The Sims 1 came out. But I didn't have many of the expansion packs. I mean, I think my dad might have bought me the original Sims, and I had maybe a couple of expansion packs. So I've actually got all of them now. So I've got unseen stuff, which is really cool. And again, for The Sims 2, I only had a couple of expansion packs. I didn't really know much about the expansion packs. I don't know why. I've really became a proper simmer, in inverted commas, with The Sims 3, where I had absolutely everything. But that's probably because I'm now a fully functioning, well, not really fully functioning adult, which means I can spend my money as I choose. And if that is on endless Sims games, well, there you go. So yeah, I've now bought Sims 1 and 2. So that's really cool. So at some point I'll install them, but at the moment my computer honestly can't cope. So I will have to put that on the back burner. But yeah, at some point that is going to be a really, really cool trip down memory lane. I actually found some The Sims magazines as CC, so I put them on the counter here in the build, and I also put them on the little table that's in the seating area as well. So I don't know, you might be able to see it in the screenshots because I zoom in a bit, but again, I thought it was just a really fun addition to the build. While I'm actually talking about the build, for a change, you can see that I am currently decorating these shelves. This took a long time, so it's just as well this is sped up. And you can see the One More Slot Please package is very much utilised, as is the OMSP resizers, which is also really, really cool because you can literally change the size of items and then put them wherever you want. I've been using the One More Slot Piece package for ages, and I recently did a video actually about how flipping amazing it is, but I've only recently discovered the resizers. I kind of knew they were there, but for some reason I've never actually used them, and I don't know why, because oh my gosh, they are brilliant. Some of the little toys were really little, so you can just make things bigger and then put them on the shelves, or likewise make things smaller. I downloaded these really cool superhero, Superman and Supergirl action figures, and they were really tiny. So look, I've made them bigger and put them on the shelf. How amazing. I am honestly mind blown by these resizers. I will link them down below because if you don't have them, you need them in your game. I am literally about to change your life. You'll see me do a couple of really cool things with the resizers as well later on that front desk. Can you tell I had so much fun doing this build? I had so much fun finding all the stuff and putting it everywhere. Oh my gosh, the alien! That is from Sims 1 or Sims 2? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I think it's called There's an Alien in My Soup, and it's just a little sculpture. Honestly, I wish I had some of these things in real life. I would love a little There's an Alien in My Soup little sculpture thingy. I am coming vaguely close to the end of the build here because I did spend a lot of time putting stuff on shelves, and I did edit some of it out, I have to confess. And then I put a few bits on the counter there. And after that, I put some pictures up again. Some of them are CC. In fact, maybe they're all CC. That's a little Star Trek mug, by the way, as well. I did a couple of Star Wars things in there as well. I don't normally like putting real life things in builds, but for the comic book store, I thought it would work. So I did break my own rule there. Oh, this is the resizers. Did you see what I've just done? Those into the future sculpture things that are usually the size of the entire ceiling, I've just made really tiny. I couldn't decide what to do with them, so I do move them around a bit. And also the other comic book stand thingy that I've already got two of, you can see I've made really tiny, and I'm just putting it on the table over there as like a little stand. Oh my gosh, seriously, the OMSP resizer is just brilliant. I really did have trouble with these cushions. I found a comic print, which I really loved, so I was adamant to get the cushions on the sofa, but it just wasn't working. I think they might be even Mickey Mouse, which doesn't really go, but hey, everyone loves Mickey Mouse and Disney, right? And presumably you could still have comic books that are Disney and stuff, so yeah, forget it. No, it does work. Besides, whilst Sheldon and Leonard are perusing all the superhero stuff, maybe Penny wants to peruse all the Disney stuff. I'm going to go with that. I like it. That's a Big Bang Theory reference again, by the way. I love The Big Bang Theory. That and Friends I watch all the time. But I've actually never watched the final season of The Big Bang Theory. I think I have fear of things ending or something. I always cry at the end of Friends, and I rarely get to season 10 because I always just start it again at the beginning. So I've never watched season whatever it is of Big Bang. So no spoilers. I'm obsessed with Big Bang, but I don't know what happened. Maybe that's why I turn aging off as well for my Sims, because I just don't like the end. I've barely spoken about this build again, have I? But you can see what's happening. This is the last final touch of doing the rug, and then boom, we're into the screenshots. This is my finished comic book store. I really, really hope you like this. I absolutely love how it turned out. Despite it being such a tiny lot, it was definitely a labour of love. I added in an arcade machine and a vending machine there in the corner. The till with the Sims magazines on and the little alien. Please take a moment to admire this shelf and how much stuff is on it, because it took me so long. And finally, a little bird's eye view of the shop. Thanks so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video and if you could subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to hit the bell icon, you'll receive updates of when I upload a new video. And obviously, please share with your friends if you enjoyed it. Thanks very much. See you in the next one.